Alright, although it's not 100% finished, it's time today to take a look at the new shed, kind of show you some of the things we've been working on, some of the organization that's happening here. So let's take a look around. So for those of you who don't really know the story here about the shed, I used to have kind of an 8x10 plastic shed here in this little spot, and I kind of ran out of space in there fairly quickly, so I had an opportunity to have a local shop class come out and build this shed for me as kind of a school project. I had to just pay for all the materials, and then they came out and did all the building. So that was a great deal, good learning experience for the kids that were working on it as well. So we moved that plastic shed that we had over to the garden where my wife does all of her gardening, so she had a shed to kind of work out of all of her tools and stuff over there. And then here was built this one, which is a 14 by 15. Now of course a 14 by 16 would have been a normal size, but just with the size that we were working with in this exact little spot here, we couldn't really add a foot onto either side without it coming into a walkway or just feeling like it didn't fit naturally into that space. So that's what we did. 14 by 15. It's a great size shed now, especially since we have everything organized. It feels very wide open, tons of floor space to work on things and then put it back where it goes. I'm absolutely loving it so far, so let me show you what we've done in here over the past few weeks. So we'll start off here in kind of the pegboard section, which is kind of just inside of the door. And traditionally, I don't really like pegboard all that much, but that's mainly because of that brown color that it had. I just don't really prefer the look of that. And since I'm doing kind of a white area over on the workbench, which you will see here in just a second, I wanted to do something that sort of matched that if I was going to do pegboard. And I actually do like the look of it, and the functionality, of course, of pegboard is really nice because you can just move tools around, you can make them fit wherever you want. It turned out great, and actually I do really enjoy the pegboard system. So overall here I kind of have all the little loose tools, the little odds and ends put on this thing, and floor to ceiling I have a lot of space, so it turned out great. Next we move here to all the shovels and rakes and all that stuff that I have, and since I use the Gladiator system over on the workbench area, I wanted to just kind of match everything, and I would probably prefer to do something different if you needed a lot of tool storage like this, because the Gladiator system is very expensive for what it is, I personally think. And so I only really needed 2 of these little rails and a couple of clips to fit most of everything on there, so I didn't end up spending too much. But if you needed some other tool storage like this, you don't have to spend that much money to do it. You could just find a cheaper way. Overall, it's very easy to hang and put all of your tools on there, and multiple things fit on here as you can see, so it does work out pretty well. Now I had all those accessories as well from that quick lock system with the Milwaukee, so I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do with those, but I bought some cheap little hooks here and put 4 of them across there, and I could lay everything on there. And since I don't really remove some of those tools very often, that works really well, and very cheap solution for it as well. So down here I needed one little section here of shelves. This is from an old plastic shelving system that I had. So it fits my gas cans, a couple extra little things here, a little extra sprayer that I have. So also on the bottom there I can put my old pair of boots, my rubber boots, and my sprinklers, my impact sprinklers. They can all fit down on just a couple of shelves. It doesn't take up too much space. And it's nice and organized there to just be able to especially just grab those gas cans really quick. So remember here over in this corner, we built a little bench system so that I could put some stuff up on top of here and also have compartments underneath for the mowers to go into. So far, I'm not sure if this is exactly how it's gonna look long term, but it does function well. So I've got my trimmer up on the wall here. I've got a little hedge trimmer right there. I've got my manual reel mower just kind of hanging up from the rafter area. I've got my dethatching electric Greenworks back there, and I also have a brand new spreader here. I got the Elite, Scott's Elite, and I have not had a chance to try it out yet, so I'm gonna see how that works out. I just decided to try that one just for a little bigger hopper, but I know a lot of the Scott's settings just from using that little old one for so long that I just decided to try this new one, and we'll see if it works out for me. I do also have that Brindley one that I haven't decided if I'm going to keep yet or not. I don't do a ton of spreading, so it's hard to kind of go out and do a lot of testing here, but once we get to fall, I will be doing a lot more granular, and especially over on the project lawn and all that too. So I'll get a chance to try these out, let you know what I think of all of them, but so far I did pick this up and I just haven't had a chance to use it yet. So also here in this box I have all of my grass seed and we will be coming up on renovation stuff very soon, so this thing will get used, and then probably over the winter time I will put it up in the loft here of the shed and just kind of out of the way. Alright, then moving down the bench here, we have all of the rest of my granular products just kind of laying up on here, and most of this stuff will get used in the fall time, and so then I'll have the rest of that open. During the winter time I can put my Honda mower up on here, kind of fold it up as much as it goes. Then eventually the Edwin will come out here too and go into that other compartment where that spreader is. But right now, this is housing all the granular stuff, and up on the wall there, we have all of my backpack sprayers. So we weren't really sure what we were gonna do there, but then we kind of looked at it and thought, I wonder if all of those backpack sprayers would fit into those compartments. And they do perfectly. Then we just put a little clip up there at the top to kind of hold the actual wand. Works out great, and then I have all of them readily available. Just put a little shelf in for them to sit on. Easy to take off there, easy to put back on, and they all fit into their own little compartment. So right in here we just have a couple of baskets we put in pretty cheap, screwed them right into the studs, which works really well here. And this is all my extra sprinkler stuff. This is just some random kind of trimming stuff. I have a whole basket here full of gloves, and then also some of our stuff for our fire pit. Holds a lot of stuff in this little section, and we're able to keep that stuff off the floor or in cabinets, so I really like that. So this is kind of behind the door over there in the corner, but this was a great place to put this little system from Swardman, which is all the accessories that go with the mower that you're really not using all that much during the year, but a couple of specific times. This is really nice to have for that. It goes right on the wall, right out of the way. And so I got the verticutter here, I have the brush, and then we have the little dethatching kind of scarifier thing down at the bottom. Also down below I have my catcher for the Electra right now as well. So I'm thinking about maybe getting one more of these because I do have a couple of extra reels as well. I still have some space up above here where I could fit a couple of reels on the wall as well. So that's kind of the plan for that. So this is the main section here, and although this is just a shed, because of the filming that I do, I wanted to have kind of a little set area that I can sit in here and do my outdoor filming, because I'm hanging out in the shed most of the time when I'm doing all this work anyway. So I wanted an area that looked nice, that I could sit in front of and film, but it's also functional. So first thing I got here was a little tool kind of chest. This is a Husky one from Home Depot. Very well priced, I think, for what it is, and I've enjoyed it so far. Everything's functional, looks nice. And then I got this little workbench top for it. It's like an extra $20 that you can get to just have a little extra counter space on this actual tool bench as well. So here is the main workbench area, and I wanted this to kind of look like this picture that I found just actually searching on Google. And so I knew it wouldn't look exactly like that. Wasn't exactly the same kind of space that I had, but I kind of wanted that nice little white flat background on there. And so this gladiator system that these cabinets are hanging onto, you can actually cover a whole wall with those tracks. And so originally I thought, okay, maybe I could do that. Then I looked at the price of them, and instantly I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. So my wife and I were walking around Lowe's looking for some kind of alternative options, and I found this kind of soffit stuff. It really goes together like siding. It says that it's soffit. Goes together just like when you're siding a house, kind of that system there. So we bought some of that. It's not very expensive. There was also a sale on it the day that we happened to go there and check on it. So we grabbed some of that to cover this whole wall, cover up all the electrical, and give it a nice look there that will work well for all my video stuff. So this countertop here is actually out of our kitchen. It's just a laminate countertop that when we replaced ours not that long ago, we didn't really know what to do with this. Originally, I really wanted a wood top for the workbench, but this thing was already built. It's already in the L shape. It's already put together well, and I know it's gonna hold up for me. So I just decided, hey, I'm either gonna have to throw this away or I can just reuse it here. And it worked out well to just use it. So for lighting over here, these are just some cheap little under cabinet lights that I found. They're actually battery powered, and long term, I don't know if I'll keep that or not. For now, it does function, and we just put some magnets on there. It sticks to the cabinets, works really well. You don't have to drill anything or try to find power for it. So for now, that's kind of the system I'm using there. Up above us here for lighting, I just have an LED shop light kind of put in there, and then also in behind that I have a little bit of spotlight lighting that I wanted to kind of shine onto the cabinets and just make it kind of pop a little bit more. To be honest, I'm really kind of a lighting nerd and like a lot of different lights and stuff like that. So I wanted this area to be bright, make sure that when I'm filming everything is bright and nice, and of course today I'm using my really nice video light here as well to kind of make it look a little bit better. But even when I'm not using my video light, this thing has a lot of light in this area, and that's exactly what I wanted to make sure that when I'm filming it all looks good. So down here is just an old cabinet that I found that I bought and kind of refinished a little bit. I don't have the doors put back onto it yet, but all of my bigger stuff as far as liquids will go under here, and then there's just some regular cabinet doors, black cabinet doors, that will go on there once I'm done painting those. So overall this is going to fit a lot of stuff for me for all the liquids and get them under there and kind of out of the way, and works as well to make a platform for my workbench. So this part I haven't finished yet either, but what I want to do here is place some of these pipes here under this area just for the support on the ends and remove this wood that's just kind of a temporary thing here. And last but certainly not least is this little board here. It's just a piece of plexiglass that I put a sticker on, but I wanted to include all the stickers that I had so far from everyone in the community on one little board there that I'm able to just kind of move around, take with me, whatever. So if you got a channel or Instagram and you got some stickers, go ahead, send me a message on Instagram at Ryan Knorr Lawn Care. If you would like to send me one, I'd be glad to put it on that board, and that'll be showing up in most of my videos here as kind of part of the background. So if you have not sent me a sticker, go ahead and get in touch with me. I'd love to put your sticker on my board.